Hello, everybody. Welcome to an episode of Buggy Time. Now, I've been thinking about the Arrowverse. More specifically, the first show that kicked it all off, Arrow. I have just watched, I believe it was episode 21. So that is the second to last episode of this current season, which I believe is season 7. Yes, season 7. And, well, I honestly feel underwhelmed. I don't know. It's just something about this particular year of the shows that just aren't quite doing it. I think the only exception is Legends of Tomorrow, but they get away with it because they have this crazy, zany fun that just kind of goes there, you know, and sure, there's some things I might disagree with, just because I don't know, it's a superhero show, but they don't use their suits, even though they've proven to actually have their suits, but that's a whole nother topic to discuss at another time. I want to try to focus on basically the shows, the other ones, the trifecta here. Like, Black Lightning was actually real good, just overall, and I've never had a problem with it. So, like, that one's pretty good. And I feel like, I don't know, I guess it's like, it's just it's trying to do its own thing, and it's off in its own corner of the Arrowverse. As for the others, like Supergirl, Flash, and Arrow, or Trinity, they have been not the greatest. Arrow has been kind of lackluster-ish. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that it just had potential with what they were presenting, like the Longbow Hunters and all that, but they weren't really used to any great degree. Like, and even adding in like newly created comic book characters like the Silencer, a complete disservice to her character. As someone who's read that particular comic, still reading that particular comic, I feel that is a true disservice to her character, the way that she's brought up and the way that they're trying to explain her abilities in like some stupid, like cheap, gimmicky gadget thing. Like, even the suit ain't even right. And I get that, yes, you gotta try to be somewhat realistic, but I don't know. I just feel like in the series of shows that have established that there are talking gorillas with mind control capabilities, people that can run at the speed of sound, and the multiverse itself, like, you've even had magic and time travel, you can't just say that, oh, they can't use suits or whatnot. Like, it doesn't work. It just works in some characters, but it just doesn't work, like, here. That's just my 2 cents on that. I feel that Arrow has just had this incredibly just season. It's just not that had some potential and some ideas, but it just doesn't work. I feel like things just didn't pan out as well when they made Oliver the mayor, and then they took it away, and then they put him in jail, and then he was in jail for like, I guess I'd say like maybe a third-ish of the season, just because he got out just prior to the Elseworlds crossover, so he's been in there for about a third of the season, which is fine, you know. It gave a little bit of gave some story. That's good. But I don't know. I think it might be fatigue. I never want to say this kind of stuff, and I try to be optimistic. I try to look at the good stuff and just focus on that. I never want to like watch the show just to be like, oh, this is I'm gonna expect some horrible shit, you know. But it's like, I want to walk in. I want to be able to watch the episodes, and when I'm done with that 40 minutes, I come out feeling a little bit happier. I feel a little bit intrigued. I look forward to the next episode. And honestly, it doesn't work nowadays. Like, I don't know. It almost feels like I'm just clocking in, like it's a day of work. It's like not even fun. It's not even entertaining anymore. Like, the characters are just kind of there. I don't even know. Honestly, I feel like for Arrow, they really got to hit it out of the park for fucking season 8, since it's going to be their last show, and they're just going to go at it Game of Thrones style with only 10 episodes. Like, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to do a lot better than that. You gotta do like some really like 2-hour episode thing, because this is the 40-minute 10 episode thing. That does not work. It does not work. Like, ABC can maybe get away with it, but like not you guys. There's no way. It just doesn't. It does not compute with it. Now, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like at the beginning of this current season, like, we were just basically riding off of the Richard Dragon thing. You know, Diaz was just not really, I don't know. I guess he was alright because he could do certain things, but he was kind of like just seemed like a side character, and then pops up, and that was okay, I guess. I don't know. It didn't really go anywhere at all. And then, like, I don't know. It was not very entertaining. Not very entertaining. Then they reveal his identity and all that, but it doesn't really add to any conflict in the story, nothing worthwhile or entertaining. Then they have him, like, sign up with the Star City Police Department, but that doesn't really add much. I mean, sure, that works to a degree. Like, they don't have to run around away from the cops, blah, 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 but it doesn't work. I don't know. I just feel like things seemed simpler kind of around season 5, just because it just seemed a whole lot simpler. Like, Oliver was the mayor. I never liked that bit because it just seemed like one of those ridiculous things you shouldn't do at all. Then you had, like, Prometheus doing his thing, and, you know, and occasionally he'll drag in some other characters and whatnot to manipulate them all into doing his thing. That seems simple. Here, it just, I don't know, like, they try to go with Diaz for, like, a bit of the season, and then they kill him off, which was a pretty good thing, because honestly, we were getting pretty tired of him. It felt like we were dealing with this guy for, like, 5 seasons straight, and all that. And then they were bringing in this whole, like, new Green Arrow thing with Oliver's newly discovered half-sister Emiko, who, in the comic books, she was inspired by Thea Queen, because Thea Queen was never a comic book character. She was just something created for the show. And then in the comic writers, when they started rewriting Green Arrow again, when they got a new, like, muse for him, they created Emiko to be the comic book Thea in a way, and now the Arrowverse decided to throw her into the fray, and I don't know, she just does not quite feel. It doesn't work, and honestly, I feel like the show has just lost what it is to a degree. Like, I don't know. It's difficult for, like, these, like, shows that are solidified around one particular character. It suddenly it has to expand out to everybody, and it just doesn't work. Like, it tries to make it all a team thing. Like, and it's like not even the main character. Like, when you have shows, when it's a team show like Legends, I can appreciate it because it's about the Legends. It's not about any singular show. It's not the White Canary, it's not Heatwave, it's not Steel. It's the Legends. It's this particular team. So I can be fine when they all split up, bit by bit, and it's all focused on their teams and like whether or not certain members of said team get these episodes. It works because that makes sense. But when it's like a Flash and it's like he doesn't really do anything in any of his episodes, or it's like Oliver, but it's like only focused on literally everything that is not him, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. You lose interest. It's like bogged down in all this crap. It's like, what are you doing? Like, I can appreciate maybe if there's like a Canary-esque episode, to a degree. But when you make it to the point where the main character is doing nothing, is basically regulated to side characters, I can almost understand why Stephen Amell would just say, fuck it, I'm done. One more season, then that's it. I don't think he's liking it. I really think he doesn't like it at all. Like, he's trying his best, but the writers are just doing the most stupidest shit ever. Like, I don't get it. We haven't had anything decent since maybe season 6. I think season 6 was okay in its attempt, but I don't know. Like, the villains are not great. They're useless. They're just carbon copies of each other. Like, trying to act all tough and brooding and, I let Daddy die. It's like, I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, and it's like, I don't know. Not even any decent like side character villains. Like, no flavor of the week. It just doesn't even. Not even those anymore. Like, we had one, and that was it. Like, one guy, and it was like not even fun. It's like, we don't have any. We didn't bring back literally anybody. Oh wait, no, they tried to do that with the wannabe ass Suicide Squad when they brought back freaking Deathstroke's son, China White, Cupid, and goddamn Dragon to be in it, but they only use them for one mission, and that's it. Like, it's horrible. It's ridiculous, especially with the potential. China White was a season 1 bona fide badass. Like, people liked her, and then she's just relegated to just side character. Cupid was pretty interesting just because of the way she just popped in and out just for the fun of it. And then we had friggin' Deathstroke's son, which had a great ass 2-part Deathstroke parter thing, with Slade and Oliver teaming up to go find, his son, and this had like the potential to become like a Deathstroke series. It just had that feeling. But then he doesn't get used enough properly. I would have loved it if maybe there was like a bad guy that needed, like Joe Wilson to be his like right hand or his like guy to do all the deeds, but it doesn't work. It just doesn't work at all. And I don't want to complain. I hate to do this, to complain about these shows, because when I started watching these had some potential. Sure, there were some things that didn't work for me as a comic book fan, or maybe just in general, but that's to be expected of anything. Not every single bit is not going to work, I've yet to see anything where there's like everything works. Like, even if I watch something, I say it's perfect, and then later on I look back on it, I might see that there are some things that I can see weren't ideal, but that's just how that is. But it's like, it's a chore to watch. It's a chore to watch. How did this happen? How did it become a chore and like It used to be I would wake up, and then when I think about what I'm going to do today, I think about it as like, oh, Flash is on tonight, or Supergirl's on tonight, or, Arrow's on tonight. It's like, huh, probably a good day. Wonder what's gonna happen. Now it's just like, it's like I can probably guess what's gonna happen. I'm probably not gonna like it too much. I'm gonna need a drink for this. Please give me life. It's just, it's a very horrible feeling to have. It just becomes a chore. Like, I have friends who have just given up on the shows altogether. And it's like, I am trying. I try to be a firm supporter. I try to watch all the shows, but it's like sometimes it's just some of these shows they just don't work. Maybe it's just because of a personal preference. I don't know. For me, it just doesn't work anymore. And I don't know. I feel like for Arrow's case, they really gotta step up the game for season 8. They have to. They have to end on a high note. I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's gotta be good. It has to be. You have to give the show a good send-off. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work. It just won't. It really won't. It has to work, okay? Because it's ridiculous. Season 1 was awesome. Season 2 was the best by far. Everyone says that. Season 3 and 4 was when the show just completely sucked ass and it just didn't go anywhere at all. Season 5 was when everything picked up again and it was just so intense and epic. Season 6 was still riding off the coattails of that, but then it just declined, and then there were some real good parts in it. Season 7 right now, it's bogged down. It just doesn't work anymore, and that's kind of something that's just happening with some of the shows. It's like, I just feel like that there's got to be some drastic changes. Like, CW needs to rethink things. Like, I just feel like with some of their shows, they got to try to restructure it. They got to remember what made the shows so unique and epic, but I don't know. It's just my 2 cents on it. I wanted to babble on about it. Thank you for listening to this bug babble on. But thank you all. I look forward to ranting yet again in the next episode of Buggy Time. Thank you all for coming along. Please leave a comment. What do you think of the Arrowverse and their seasons? Which one is your favorite? Which one is not doing so well right now? And which season of a particular show do you like the best?